This is the Shoot at the Hip podcast, and on this edition, we're going to be talking about The Undertaker. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker, the dead man, one of the greatest gimmicks, if not the greatest gimmick in wrestling history. But before I get started, I want to remind you all to please, pretty please, if you have not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, TJ Rants. Go ahead and press that subscribe button down below. Also, give me a thumbs up for this video and comment down below as well. Also, check me out on Patreon. All you have to do is go to my main page on YouTube and click on the Patreon link and follow me on Patreon. And if you become a patron, all you have to do is become a $2 patron and you will get an exclusive video that I do once a week called Superstar of the Week, where I break down the #1 wrestler of the week. So please continue to support me. And for those that have been supporting me, thank you all very much. Now, back to The Undertaker. Everybody has something to say about The Undertaker. We all seen The Undertaker. The last time we saw him, he was at WrestleMania and he lost to Roman Reigns. And at the end of the match, he took his hat and his jacket off and his gloves and he laid it in the ring. And a lot of people took that as a symbolic way of him saying goodbye to the WWE fans and, wrestling fans all across the world. But a lot of people want to know, is this the last time we're going to see The Undertaker? Of course, we already know The Undertaker is supposed to be at Raw's 25th anniversary in January. And a lot of people are wondering if The Undertaker is going to wrestle again at WrestleMania. Me personally, as a fan, I would love to see The Undertaker wrestle again. But as a wrestling realist, I don't want to see The Undertaker wrestle again. Because I got to be honest with you, when I saw that match between him and Roman Reigns, you can really tell that The Undertaker was really struggling through that match. And it wasn't the dead man that I knew. It wasn't the dead man that I knew that can put on a classic match, like the match he had at WrestleMania 25 with Shawn Michaels, by far one of the greatest matches of all time. WrestleMania 26 with Shawn Michaels, the end of an era match. It just wasn't the same Undertaker. And you can tell, like I said on my last video with Vince McMahon, Father Time is undefeated. And I know we all love The Undertaker, but I don't want to see The Undertaker try to lace up his boots one more time and struggle through a match. I want to remember The Undertaker as being one of the best in-ring performers of all time. So I do not want to see The Undertaker in the ring anymore if, he doesn't have it anymore. I know he's supposed to have hip surgery, and that caused a lot of problems with him getting ready for the match with Roman Reigns, but I don't want to see The Undertaker anymore. The only way I would want to see The Undertaker one more time if he comes back as the American Badass gimmick. And the reason why I know a lot of people say, man, I don't like that gimmick. I don't like the American Badass gimmick. I didn't too much like the American Badass gimmick, but it was cool, because it showed like a human side of The Undertaker. And that's the reason why I feel like he should come back as the American Badass, because it humanizes him. Everybody knows that The Undertaker is known for never breaking kayfabe. He's Undertaker in the ring. He's Undertaker out of the ring. We barely see The Undertaker. We don't see him tweeting or anything like that, even though there's a alleged Twitter going around that's supposed to belong to The Undertaker. But we don't know that for sure. We don't know if that's The Undertaker Twitter or not. But he never breaks kayfabe. And I feel like as long as he is under the Undertaker dead man umbrella, he's never going to go into the Hall of Fame. And I feel like the WWE is going to make him the American Badass so he can be able to talk. I know you remember when Paul Bearer was inducted into the Hall of Fame, after he died, and The Undertaker came out there. Wouldn't it have been nice to hear The Undertaker talk about how much Paul Bearer meant to him? Paul Bearer played a vital role in the career of The Undertaker, especially like the earlier days. Paul Bearer did most of the talking. So that The Undertaker had a lot of stories that he could have shared about Paul Bearer. And I would love to see The Undertaker, take his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame and give a great speech. But as long as he is the dead man, it's not going to happen. I really enjoy The Undertaker. Undertaker is by far one of the greatest gimmicks of all time. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And it's very, very seldom that you find any wrestler that does not respect him. And that has to be something and says something about The Undertaker. It says that he is a great human being inside the ring and outside the ring. You never hear him talking about, anybody saying that he hurt them or anything like that. I mean, just a class act all the way around. I love The Undertaker. I love the fact that he never broke kayfabe. I like the fact that, for the earlier parts of my life, I really thought that he was indestructible, the way he would take whippings and he'll just sit right back up. I used to love that about The Undertaker, but that's what I want to remember The Undertaker for being. Not this old man that can barely walk around, but still trying to put on a 5-star match. The Undertaker, one of the greatest of all time, and I want to keep it that way.